Hello everyone, this is just a dad. Today I'm going to do a coffee taste test and review on these Happy Belly single serve dark roast coffee pods. So they come in this box, but they come individually. There's a bunch of these individual bags. So I'll be doing a taste test, but I'll also be making sure it brews in the Keurig K Supreme Plus Smart Coffee Maker, the K Classic, the K Mini Plus, and the K Express Essentials. These coffee pods are a little bit different than what a standard K-Cup looks like. This is a standard K-Cup, and here's what this one looks like. Okay, so they both have 2 tablespoons of coffee in them. But a K-Cup has a paper coffee filter in the bottom. Now this one is using, the bottom is the filter material. Okay, so here's one that's already been brewed. You can see it kind of expands a little bit. But this is a filter material that's going to keep the coffee grounds in the pod. Now you do get a little bit of sediment in your coffee from this type of filter arrangement. With a K-Cup, since that's a paper filter, you really don't get any sediment. So let's talk about compostable in industrial facilities. So they talk about this being more compostable, and this is still foil, the foil lid. And this is definitely, you can take this filter material out, but you're left with this ring. Now, this is compostable in industrial facilities. You'll have to check with local authorities about that, but it's not, you can't go bury this in your backyard and expect that to break down. But in certain situations, an industrial compostable, it will break down. But it is plastic, but that's what they're saying about that. Whereas with a K-Cup, that is actually just plastic. Okay, so I picked a variety of Keurig machines here. These have single needles. This is the K Supreme Plus Smart. Now the K Supreme and the K Supreme Plus also have the 5 needle arrangement. So let's put one in there. It's going to fit in there just like a normal K-Cup. And we'll brew one in each one. So I like to brew mine on 8 ounces. Alright, so the K Express is brewing, K Classic, K Supreme. The K Mini will be the last one. Things I look for is water leaking around the pod. I don't see any of that. I did see some of that on the Classic towards the end of the brew. Not this time though. Alright, K Express Essentials is done and the K Supreme is done. And here goes the K Mini Plus. It smells really good when it's brewing. Okay, so let's first taste it out of the K Classic right here. It smells like a traditional dark roast. Well, that's a pretty good tasting cup of coffee if you like a dark roast. Now, it doesn't taste anything like a French roast or anything. It's got a little bit of a bitter bite to it, a little bit of earthy notes to it. It's definitely not the strongest or darkest coffee I've ever tasted, but it is a very good dark coffee. Let's taste it. Here's it out of the K Supreme with the 5 needle extraction. That's a very good tasting cup of coffee. Very hot, very good. Okay, let's open them up. Let's see how they did. So they did relatively good. I don't see any kind of leaking around. They all sealed the top needle and all the hot water went through the pod. Here's what the pod looks like. I'm very impressed with these pods. The coffee tastes very well. You will notice just a little bit of sediment towards the bottom of your coffee, but I do think it adds a little bit of flavor to it. Thanks everybody for watching.